Value at the concession stand. The undefeated San Francisco 49ers announcing an all-inclusive food and beverage program for the team's season ticket holders. This begins next season, along with ticket prices increasing by an average of $20. I spoke with 49ers president Guido this week on why they're launching this new initiative.
We're excited because no one's ever done it at this scale. A lot of stadiums or ballparks, arenas have always had sort of all-inclusive for the most premium seats in the building. And we felt like if you're in the upper deck, sitting in the last row, why shouldn't you have the same benefit that those folks have? So for us, we're lucky in the sense of we have tremendous fans. They call themselves the faithful for a reason. Over the first 6 years in our building, they've renewed at 97 and 98%. So we have one of the largest capacities of season ticket holders relative to total attendance. So a little bit easier for us to do than maybe teams that have more turnover. And so we're going to do it for 60,000 fans. So you literally can walk up, grab as many hot dogs as you like, grab as many soft drinks as you like, and go back to your seats. We felt it was important to give that benefit, and now with technology, we're able to pull it off.
All right, I have to make a full disclosure here. I married into a 49ers family, so I can think of at least 4 people who will be thrilled by this.
I love it.
Give me the exceptions, and when does this start?
So it starts next football season. We'll roll it out. And the only exception really is if you're not a season ticket member, then you have to pay. And so I think about it like one might think about airports or TSA pre-check, right? I mean, people who fly frequently probably have TSA pre-check. And on your mobile device, it literally just shows TSA pre. And you actually visually show that to a guest service representative, and they let you in the line. And so if you think about it in those regards, our fans, our season ticket members, for years, right, they want good performance on the field.
Yes, they're getting that.
Certainly they're price sensitive, but valued at the concession stands is something they've always felt like, hey, why does a hot dog in a restaurant cost me $4 or $5, and all of a sudden now it costs me so much more in a stadium? It feels like gouging. And for us, it became, we needed to have it at good value, but then also speed of throughput. We don't want people standing in long queuing lines as they're trying to get back to watch on the field. And so for us, only going to happen for season ticket members. If you buy on the secondary market, all you have to do is pay at the concession stands. You still get the same pricing and everything else. You just have to go through the purchase. Okay,
so this is actually part of a larger trend to make food and beverage more fan-friendly, more affordable. Arthur Blank's Atlanta Falcons did it a couple of years ago at their Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they've since dropped prices as well. Why exactly does this work? Are your food and beverage costs coming down as well?
Our COGS are generally going up for the most part because I think Arthur Blank and Steve Cannon did a really good job. They literally looked at the Masters. I was working for Arthur Blank as part of my old consulting business, and Arthur Blank would go to the Masters and he would say, wow, what a great experience this is, and you pay $2 for a hot dog or a drink, and so why can't we do that in an NFL stadium? And if you think about our sort of P&L and the revenue streams, food and beverage is such a small line item. Frankly, it should be viewed as a benefit.
Interesting.
And so the Bay Area, given our sort of diverse background, all of our fans, the quality in the foods or the amount of menu offerings that we have are a lot more than most other stadiums, so we needed to include as many menu offerings as we possibly could. But our quality of food service won't necessarily go down, or our COGS won't go down. Honestly, the only thing that might go down is labor costs, because if you think about it, there's a lot of automated things. So if I would go fill my food and beverage drink at a kiosk now, because I can just go up to it, our labor costs might change.
Okay, so we go back to data, we go back to technology, and of course the 49ers front office has been out front when it comes to its use of data and analytics. You're gathering data, you're interpreting data, you're leveraging it constantly to streamline your operations, make it more efficient. Share some of the surprising insights that your data has given you about how customers spend money on game day. Aside from food and beverage, how else are they spending? Sure,
well, obviously at the food and beverage stands, they're definitely spending on game day, and then they're also spending in the retail spaces. And so our retail, right now, we're, as Fanatics shop, we're one of the top in the NFL for New Jersey. He's obviously our quarterback, some of our defensive players. But what we found in the food and beverage is it also, it's dictating when fans come into the game, because if prices have started to soar, most people stay out in the parking lot as long as they possibly can, which impacts sort of fan experience once the game begins. And everyone's taking these photos around NFL stadiums around, oh, look at the empty seats. And I think a lot of that is, look, it's a lot cheaper for me to grill at my tailgate and maybe for me to drink my final beer before I walk in than it is in the stadium. And so I think as part of this, hopefully what we'll find is the trend now, because safety and security is such a big thing. We need people starting to come into the stadium much earlier to be in there for kickoff. And if we can remove that friction point around the buying aspect and make it more affordable on the food and beverage side, then I think more people will come into these venues earlier, which is much better for us.